Hello and welcome, little chatfish, to another glorious, wonderful, and amazing Bunchcast provided by Bucky, Fuzzy, Chumpoid, and the little Kib guy. Today we're going to be playing. Oh, wait, no, we're not going to be playing. I don't know why I did that. But, yes. Today we're going to be playing Let's Read. Oh,
The
okay.
toughest of all games.
Poor Pibbs.
Pause on this side.
Read, kids, read.
1/3. We'll start with the first article. There's not a lot of super big news gaming wise, but there's one kind of sad thing, and we're going to talk about it today. But this is from Variety, and it says 1/3 of U.S. video game industry workers were laid off over the last 2 years. GDC study reveals. This is a pretty big trend, by the way. 1/3 of U.S. video game industry workers say they were laid off over the past 2 years, according to a new survey conducted by the organizers behind the newly revamped Game Developers Conference, or otherwise known as GDC. Based on responses from more than 2,300 gaming industry professionals, with surveys customized for each participant group, ensuring that developers, marketers, executives, investors, and others answered questions most relevant to them. The 2026 State of the Games Industry reports found that over 33% of respondents in the U.S. were laid off in the past 2 years. That stat reduces to 28% when looking on a global scale. Half of those surveyed reported their current or most recent employer has conducted layoffs in the past 12 months. For the report, those at AAA studios were highly likely to have experienced layoffs at their companies. 2/3 of respondents at AAA studios said their companies had laid off 1/3 of the people working at the indie studios reported the same. The team also surveyed a small group of game educators and students to capture a snapshot of the challenges facing the next generation. The report, which can be downloaded for free here, provides the latest data and analysis on layoffs, generative AI adoption, and sentiment, unionization efforts, oh god, development platforms and priorities, business pressures, emerging trends, and more key insights from the report are below. The survey also found that 82% of US based respondents support the unionization of the games industry. Workers with 5% opposed and 13% unsure. Ugh. The unionization would be a disaster, mind you. According to the
I
results,
think
support was higher among workers earning under $200,000 per year. 87% those who have been laid off in the past 2 years, 88%, and people younger than 45 to 86%, no respondent aged 18 to 24, were opposed to unionization. So the big issue with unionization of the industry is that it won't actually help make games better, nor will it really protect anyone, for that matter, either. All it's going to do is mean that bad people who already are a problem via nepotism will be even more entrenched than they already are. And we currently have an issue where nepotism is pretty bad in the industry, and these unions will be run by the same people. It will just further entrench the problem, so they can't even remove it. Get out of here, you fucking goon and crap. Jesus. But yeah. So, but I think we can kind of easily explain this pretty much. 1/3 of US video game industries, like that article said, were laid off over the last 2 years. And that entirely has to extenuate to the fact that simply large AAA games are just not doing nearly as well as they used to. And that's been a trend going on for more than a couple of years. This is only just a snapshot of the last couple of years, but in reality, it's been a trend that's been ongoing for a good while. And just to refresh everyone's memories about the industry status of things, don't forget about the COOF, because when the COOF happened, games industry actually swelled with more money due to the fact, even with bad games, due to the fact that more people were bored out of their mind, stuck at home. And now that that's over, there's a little bit of a collapse there. And also, there was a huge expansion of the industry. And that's also a factor that's tethered to this. But it also might be just another mere extenuation of the fact that, again, these bad management decisions from bad executives who don't know what kind of games to make, or bad leadership, they just move from one machine to the next, right? It's like, for example, in the last year and a half or year and time frame, we've had 3 Concord games in less than 365 days? 3 major
Like four
AAA
or
flops.
Gibbs
five
had-
at this point.
4.
Gibbs has had to play 3 different Concord games.
There are 4 major flops, and not just minor, but major, like huge, colossal flops from very large publishers like Sony and etc. 2 are from Sony already. Marathon is already looking like it is a more or less a financial like flop. I don't even know if it's actually going to make its money back because its player counts are abysmal. Like only what 40 to 70K. Ooh. And a single player game is out trouncing it at 500,000 and rising. Yeah, we're not looking so good there, multiplayer bros. The age of MP games have finally come to a close. But this might just be merely due to the fact that these particular multiplayer games, these competitive games, are just tried and done. Like the last one was a hero shooter, High Guard. This one is another oversaturated sort of extraction shooter style game that doesn't really push the bounds and do something new or fresh. It's got a unique aesthetic, to be fair, but nothing that really makes it stand out. Nothing like the level of Helldivers 2 or the upcoming Far Far West, which looks to be a game that's probably going to, I think, carve out a very nice little niche for itself, especially with the DRG fans basically jumping ship over there, because DRG, for those who don't know, Deep Rock Galactic, has kind of been plateaued. They do patch, they do add stuff, but like it's no real major content for the game, for the most part. Nothing like substantial to really warrant a massive return. How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
I think the unionization effort is a fantastic idea, so it'll tell us which games to avoid and which studios to avoid like the plague.
I mean, I guess, but unionization of the games industry would be horrific. It's just a bad thing. It's an entertainment industry, and on top of that, unions may start out with an idea or some sort of idealism about bettering the quality of the workers and stuff like that, but it never ends that way. It actually ends up actually restricting them and enslaving them and shackling them. Unions have been a disaster almost universally, especially when you look at the time they've been ongoing. In most cases, they just become another bully, but a different boss. It's adding more bureaucracy to these already infested systems. And bureaucracy is already a problem in the industry. Adding more layers ain't going to fix nothing. It's just going to make things worse. Yeah. I feel pretty assured in that. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's really anything to add to the situation
Yeah.
because literally the people that are proposing the unions are the exact same people who would be cut if they're bad workers.
Yeah. The only thing this
And
benefits
also-
is the deadbeats. Like,
And also the fact that their metric is, oh, people who make 200 grand and under. Yeah, if you're 200 grand exactly, you're practically upper middle class. So that's not exactly poor, which means a fair bit of the leadership is going to be solidified, a lot of middle management.
yes.
And on top of that, the unions that is doing the unionization, it's not your local game developers. No, it's the big unions, that corporate full-on monopolized corporate labor that's spearheading this, and it's mainly the U.S.
Yeah, so the big thing here is that when it comes to these unions, like for example, I don't make $200,000 a year. At least last time I checked. No, not quite. But I do make quite up there into the 6 digits because of our audience and how much we raise for our studio, right? That is let me put that to context for you, chat. We raise on this channel enough money to pretty much fund not only my own life, like in the fact that I can have an apartment and have food and electricity, but we can also fund with the money that chat raises multiple artists, a programmer, a composer, and they're on payroll. So like these people are more than fine. Like the amount of money they're pulling, and they're not investing it like we are. They're just consuming it. So, or like saving it or whatever they're doing with it. They're pretty
Damn.
well off, all things
The
considered.
dev team's just consumers.
Consume. I mean, if we can get by with under that substantially split among 14 people, then surely these people are fine. being able to jump to the next job. You got like what, $200,000 dues? Are you nuts? Are you if
Well,
we,
not all of them are going to make that way, but that's their
I know,
cutoff point
but
for.
if we made that per year, I could probably hire like 2 more people full time in our studio. Like that's insane. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I appreciate you, Genghis.
Genghis donates $5 says the hashtag Chimera Squad fund is ongoing. Kibbs will get hugged by Snake Husbando. Hashtag clams. Hashtag Chimera Squad. Hashtag sour. That's true, and thank you for your generous donation. You can get on the Chimera Squad thumbnail right now and be a part of the problem by joining Genghis's crusade to destroy Kibbs. This is not a good fund, but this could be a funny fund. Chimera Squad is a game, though for those who don't know, that is a continuation of the XCOM series. It was also, ironically, the thing that killed XCOM, thank God. And also, it's quite cringe. It's quite cringe. And it's high quality A tier cringe, if you want to call it that. Right in the beginning of the wokeism era, basically taking mainstream. Because XCOM 2 has a little bit of it in there, but like when Chimera Squad came out, the whole Gamergate thing and debacle and all that shebang was really in full swing at that era. Ooh, it was an interesting period in time. People look back at it today and recoil. But yeah, oof. All right, next subject, because this one is done. Pretty much, yeah, unions are bad. There's not much more to say about that.
Before we get into that next subject, I want to let chat know that I will be assigning the new Fireside Chat thumbnail at the end of the week.
Okay. Next up is what is Five Nights at Epstein's? Wake County schools respond to video game controversy. Now, this is quite strange. So let's get into it. Jeffrey Epstein is seen in one of the images released by U.S. Department of State on December 20th of 2025 in USA Photo, blah, blah. Five Nights at Epstein's is a survival-style horror video game that has sparked concern among parents and educators in North Carolina, after reports that students may have accessed it using school-issued devices. The issue surfaced in the Wake County Public School System, or WCPSS, which confirmed Tuesday that it had received 2 support tickets related to the game. According to district officials, one of the tickets has already been resolved. The associated website has been blocked on district-managed devices. A WCPSS spokesperson said staff members are continuing to investigate the second report, noting that it did not include a specific URL. Officials stated they are working to gather additional information so access can be restricted if needed, as the original ticket did not include a specific URL. The game, titled Five Nights at Epstein's, appears to mirror the structure of the popular horror franchise Five Nights at Freddy's. It is described as a survival-based game in which players navigate different levels connected to an island central to the Jeffrey Epstein controversy. Wake County parents raise concerns over Five Nights at Epstein's video game reports. Local station WRAL reported receiving tips from Wake County parent and teachers who asked to remain anonymous. I wonder why. Claiming that students were accessing the Jeffrey Epstein-themed video game. The similar discussions have surfaced on social media platforms, including Facebook groups, Reddit threads, focused on teacher information, with parents stating their children had mentioned the game in recent weeks. Alicia Brewer, a Wake County parent, said she became aware of the game after a controversy with her middle school son. I said, "I don't want you playing that game. Do you know who that is?" He said, "No, it's just a game." I said, "It's not just a game, and I don't want you playing it," she told WRAL. "And you are an idiot. You do not, like, if you're going to educate your son, just saying that is only going to make them want to play it more. Like, that is not how you handle that. Oh my God. You need to, like, talk to your son. As a former child, as many of you know, when your parents say you shouldn't play that or don't play that because I said not to, what do you want to do? You want to play it. Like, it's like, it's literally how you're going to think, because we were all kids. We all thought that way. Hell.
Wait, the kid's mom called him an idiot?
No, didn't call him an idiot.
Okay.
Brewer also said she believes the game may be more widely circulated among students than the number of official reports suggests. Let's break it down real obviously. So kids talk in school, and when kids hear something and it's taboo, and it becomes taboo, are basically just pouring gasoline onto an already going fire. You have now made what you didn't want children to find now be this taboo, forbidden fruit that they all want to experience. Like, oh, it's the game that we're not supposed to play. It's literally, when I was growing up as a little kid, it was Grand Theft Auto. People were like, oh, Grand Theft Auto is a really bad game. Don't play Grand Theft Auto. It's bad. It's bad for you. Bad game. It's like everybody's gonna want to play it now. It doesn't matter if the game's shit. It doesn't matter if it's bad. Because you said it, it's now popular. Like that stupid lemon party thing. Oh my god, that was everywhere in middle school. Or was it early high school? I don't remember. But everybody talked about it. Because again, when you try to cover something up, what happens? It makes a big deal out of it, and it's like pouring gas onto a fire. And kids talk. They talk on the playground. They talk after school. If it's during high school, they'll talk during lunch. And it'll talk before. And like word gets around. And it gets around fast. Like wildfire. You already can't contain it at this point. The only thing you can probably do at this point as a parent is just educate your child about the situation so that they understand why it's bad. Like, you're going to have to tell them. And I know it sucks, but that's just the reality, because you're not going to really be able to stop them in the current day and age. A lot of parents are arrogant and ignorant because they think they can control a lot of what their kids do. And as we all were former kids, you really can't.
No.
Like, the best thing is you have to educate your child, because my parents were smart. They educated me, and it was far better than a lot of my friends, because my friends did drugs and I didn't, because they literally just walked me through it. They told me about everything about it, told me about their experiences with it, and told me why it was bad. And
Drugs are expensive.
that too, yeah. Because I'm like,
Well,
when it
some.
came down to like fucking one of my buds wanted to smoke a doobie in my Jeep, and I was like, nope. You do that and you're getting the fuck out. Like, you don't bring fucking drugs in my car, because I don't want to get fucking ticket. Because they explained to me everything and how much it damages your reputation and what it does to you financially. And then, yeah, you're right, financially too. Because like, my financial burdens are my own, and my parents will bail me out if I fuck up bad, but like, it'll be hell to pay. Because it happened to me once. I once overspent when I first got my first credit card, and I got super excited. I bought tons of stuff because I was dumb. And then I got fucking reamed. Another one. Like, I did so much yard work. I grew muscles in places I didn't know you could. I weed whacked. I lawn mowed. I fucking did it all. I cleaned the entire house for like months. Oh, and that was every month, every week, for a while, to pay off that debt. And it was an eye-opening experience. Never ever again did I overspend, Chatfish. I learned a valuable lesson.
Big doubt.
Yep. And so that's the big thing, learning valuable lessons. So yeah, when it comes to school districts too, this is nothing new, and it looks like they still do the same practice. As a connoisseur of getting around the URL block and stuff like that, I don't know what tricks you do nowadays in school to get around it, but we had our own tricks to get around like URL blocks to get to addicting games, or like mini clip games, or places like that, or Armor Games websites, so that we could play games or mess around. And when all else failed, there's the golden ticket, the USB drive, which you download it at home, and then you bring it to school, and the USB drive, you pass it around like candy. All of a sudden, everybody's got it. Whatever that game was, everyone has it. It's how we got Quake 3 Arena to everybody. It's how we got Return to Castle Wolfenstein to everybody. It's how we got Warzone 2100 to everybody in school, or Red Alert 2. It was literally, the USB stick was like it was an STD. Like, it just spread like the plague. But yeah,
Dirty.
that's the big thing I think to take away from this is the valuable lesson learned. If you don't want your kids to play a video game, or don't want them to do something, you're going to have to do your job as a parent, and you're going to have to educate them and explain to them. And it's just how it's going to be. It's why I think that's the only real way. And the reality is, if they're going to try to play it, they're going to try to play it. But, parental supervision is the best thing. Like, if you can, the only way to really control your kids, especially if they're like middle school or high school, because they're going to get more independent, that's when they enter the rebellious state. I remember I was there too. Everyone in here went through it, right? You don't listen to your parents, even though they're trying to help you, because I don't want to listen to you. I want to do my own thing. Leave me alone. I'm tired of not having rights. I've had not had right for like 16 years. I've been like a little slave. And until you're 18 or whatever, till you move out, you're a little slave. And you want to rebel. You want to be free because it doesn't matter, I'm tired of having to be home by 8 p.m. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of that. I want to be 21. I want to be able to drink. Want to be able to drive. Want to be able to go places.
Not necessarily in that order, of course.
Yes, of course. But that's the reality. And that's what people do. And that's what kids do. And that's what we did. And maybe not every kid's the same, but it's important to note that. So, yeah, kids are going to find out about this game. It's already in circulation. The next step is education. And as a parent, educate your child. How you do that is up to you. But the reality is that if you do it that way, hopefully, it won't be as weird. But good luck. All right. Any further notes about the silly little Epstein game? I'm not even surprised they made this. It's honestly unsurprising in the slightest.
It's the internet doing what the internet does.
Yep. Controversial figure, make a controversial game.
So this is just another symptom of stupid parents asking the government to step in
Yeah.
and make things worse for the internet.
Everyone else must suffer because you can't do your job as a parent. Like, the reality is you're going to have to teach your kids. Like,
Tale as old as time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you wonder why these kids are turning out as bad as they are and it's only getting worse, literally blame the parents. My father's told me all the stories. His parents can tell you the stories. His great-grandparents will tell you the stories. If the parents don't do their job, this is the decline we get. It's been so abundantly clear for so long now.
Yep, absolutely. What can you do? Except scoff. But
Facepalm?
pretty much. Next up, we've got a game that decided to do something rather weird. It is a little indie game published by Grab the Games and developed by Madcraft Studios. Was released on January 6th of this year, not this year, quite a few years ago. But it decided to make itself free. It is now free to keep, so if you are interested in trying this game out, you may do so. The game is about a young adventurer named Hugh Radcliffe. He's in pursuit of the greatest mysteries of history, the Lost Colony. With pirates, dive into native rituals, chatfish, reveal conspiracies, and make tough choices on your difficult journey to unveiling the mystery. What happened to Lost Colony? Could it be that chatfish destroyed it? But yeah, it's free. If you're interested in these kinds of games, you can go out and download it. It's available. It is a side-scroller game focused on adventure and story crafting. With a low-resolution art style. Looks like it was probably their first project, if I had to be blunt. But, I mean, if they want to give it free, so people give it a shot and they get more feedback, not a bad idea. Great learning experience, even though it came out 3 years ago. Hopefully they're working on something new by now. Actually, out of curiosity. Currently, no. But
Nothing announced, but if the game did well enough, they may be all working on something.
Yep, looks more like a little first time game passion project thing. But yeah, cute little thing to do. So yeah, if you want to check it out, go ahead, give it a download, give it a try. Maybe you'll like it. Either way, next up we have that's what we have. All right, this is from Game Rant. Steam users have until March 9th to get Mystery Adventure Game completely free of charge. Wait, is this the same related thing?
That's the game.
I don't care. I don't care. I've already talked about it. Why were there 2 articles about that?
Who could have done this?
Next up, this is a more important thing. But this is the thing that I stole from Plake. Places like Plake. So this is a post from Permaband, or Give Me Bandhammer, and it says, looks like those was looks like those were one of those Reddit posts that kickstarted the cruel harassment of the Helldivers 2 player who issued the difficulty 10 challenge. For context, a player who plays Helldivers 2 issued a challenge, difficulty level 10, which is the hardest difficulty in the game, and the specific reason for the challenge was to try to incentivize developers to try the hardest difficulty, and he would give to charity for doing it. And the idea was that way they could see how unbalanced difficulty 10 is. Because as a avid player who has about 900 hours in the damn game, Helldivers 2 is ridiculously not well balanced in the higher tiers. In fact, I've actually stopped playing on difficulty 10, mostly because difficulty 10 is no longer fun to me, because it's just not well balanced. Like, a lot of weapons are just not viable. And if I play on that difficulty, it kind of restricts everyone. They have to bring a certain build, which is the meta builds, because if you don't bring them, you can't play the game. So yeah, really annoying, really dumb. But what makes this awful, horrific actually, is basically a group of people on Reddit made a post, and this is the post they made on Reddit about this guy's challenge. Bullying under the guise of charity is still bullying, and I am ashamed of this community for it. The post begins, I have never seen a developer bullied this hard, and there are plenty who actually deserve it, but I'm sickened that the chronically online Helldivers resorted to staging a charity with the intent of getting specific developers bow to the community. Okay. To bow to the community, we're going to fix that, to perform a specific task with the full intent, bold, of embarrassing them. This is intimidation. That is harassment, and it is toxic. The fact that this community will hide behind it for charity makes me ill. God forbid little Timmy gets any money. How dare this man, how dare this player criticize the mega corporation? How dare this player criticize Arrowhead for not testing difficulty 10 games? Now, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have it on me because I accidentally closed it before the stream, but I had a thing opened where the Arrowhead guys have come out and basically, I think, and I hope to God it's what I read, because I read it when like early this morning, it was like along lines of like, we do not condone like bullying. And it was specifically talking to this post.
Specifically, yes, they have
Yes.
released a post. In fact, before I even continue that statement, let me see if they did.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me see if I can find it quick.
Yeah, while you find it, basically, because the thing here is that, so what they,
I have it.
what they have done is they have gone out and started harassing this guy. They went and actually got him fired from his own job.
I'm pretty sure he got fired from his job.
Yeah, that's
And the
what I
place
mean.
he volunteered, like they don't
Yep.
allow him to volunteer at the animal.
He was
I
a
think it was an animal
volunteer?
shelter.
Yeah. It was
I
an
only,
animal shelter.
I haven't finished
Is he in the
reading
top
this.
right?
I
There,
read in
I
a different
posted in the
post that he
stream room,
lost his
kids.
job,
The
though.
response from the devs.
Jesus Christ. Like, it's absolutely sickening, though. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. What the fuck? Even from a...
Yep.
He was a... Goddamn, if he wasn't even, like, an already good stand-up guy already. Damn, why did you put that in there? Why did you put that in there? Why did you put that in there? Ban him. All right. Arrowhead Game Studios. Official announcement from Arrowhead Game Studios involving the controversy. This is sad, but they are doing the right thing here. An important message to our players. We are tracking the situation currently unfolding surrounding the Dev D10 challenge, which was started on Reddit. I don't like how it does that. Due to the increasing hostility in the community, we need to address it directly with all of you. We do not tolerate threats of violence, harassment, or doxing towards anyone. Players, creators, developers, moderators, or our team in any community spaces. While we understand that our Helldivers is a community-owned and operated channel, it should be a safe and welcoming place for all people to voice their opinion and frustrations in a productive and respectful way. This kind of toxic behavior is unacceptable and not something we will ever condone. We are continuing to monitor and review this situation internally and with our external partners, but in the meantime, we are asking that our players practice kindness and respect towards one another. Humans are not the enemy, Helldivers. Your fight is elsewhere. So again, yeah, even the developers had to make an announcement about it, where Arrowhead Games is like, from their official, actual Arrowhead Game Studios account, basically saying like, guys, don't fucking harass this dude. Leave him alone. Like, just don't do that kind of shit. But yeah. So it's not Arrowhead's fault for this actually occurring. It is entirely down to the Reddit community. They are the people responsible for doing this. The developers have come out and basically condemned this action. So yeah, the developers are not at fault in any way for this particular thing. In fact, if anything, this is probably going to make them actually end up trying the challenge. But it's one of those things where hopefully that guy gets his job back. I'm not sure what lies they espouse to get him to lose his job. Probably some made up bullshit about bullying and stuff like that. Hopefully Arrowhead reaches out to their employers and basically tries to clear things up. Again, it's kind of one of these things that were thrown into their court. Yeah.
Yeah, this just further shows that most subreddits are full of vile, terminally online people.
Yeah.
As they levy that against other people.
But yes.
Because like this is just ridiculous. The guy just issued a innocent, hey, you guys play on the highest difficulty and I'll donate to charity. Like that's not bullying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Specifically, they challenge was them to play on Oshana, difficulty 10, and beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then extra
was it.
challenges on top for them to use specific loadouts.
Specific loadouts that were basically more showing, would basically demonstrate why these loadouts aren't functional in higher tier difficulties. And no, chat, I see some of you. No, it is not Arrowhead's fault. No, Arrowhead is not responsible for what a Redditor did. We cannot fault a community because they've already come out and said that they condemn the action and they're already looking into doing stuff. They've already done the right thing by condemning the action. We are not going to fucking make a company jump through hoops just like they made that guy jump through hoops. That's retarded. The only
that's just
people
wanting them to do
like that's
struggle sessions.
That's us becoming literally woke. Like I'm not going to do that. Like the only people who need to be actually in trouble and actually need to be punished are the people who committed this crime. The actual people who went out and got this guy's job taken away from him and kicked him out of his own volunteer thing and have harassed him. These people must pay. That is justice. This man needs to get his job given back to him. And yeah, that's like, it's really honestly, there's the people that are at fault for this. The first person at fault is anyone in the Reddit group who committed this. They're absolutely at fault. And the second people who are at fault with this are the people, or technically the place he volunteered for and the place he works for. They are also at fault and must be held accountable because they listened to those threats and canceled him. It was not Arrowhead that did it. It was his jobs where he worked and where he volunteered. They threw him under the bus. They allowed the canceling to happen. All right? Like, I've hired a lot of people that work for me who were canceled. And it's the two people at fault for canceling somebody is the person who starts doing it, because they started the ball, and the person who finished it. And the person who finished it is the company that fired them. And the person who made the decision to fire them is at fault because they made that decision without doing the proper research and verification, because they just cost that person their job. So yeah, when it comes to the people at fault, be mad at the Redditor who did this and anyone who supported him in doing this and helping him do this, and be mad at the job and the volunteer place for basically throwing him under the bus because they're at fault. That's where your blame should lie. Do not deflect with anything else other than that.
We don't have any evidence Arrowhead themselves were involved in the slightest.
If they
like,
were,
it seems like it was purely a Reddit thing.
No, and I don't want to, like, we're not going to talk about that. If evidence to the contrary is provided, then we will change it. But yeah. But based on evidence provided thus far, Arrowhead had nothing to do with it. In fact, they outright condemned the cancellation.
Yep. But yeah, this is ridiculous. Everyone involved with pushing it should be ashamed of themselves and absolutely should be punished in some capacity.
Yes, they should be punished, and this man should be reimbursed for any damages done, in my opinion,
Well,
by his employers too.
I'm by no means a legal expert, but I suggest you consult a lawyer.
Yes, like he was illegitimately fired.
Yeah,
Might not be a bad idea to consider legal action in this case.
yeah.
Because he was wronged. He was wronged. And that's unjust. It's actually really infuriating to me. It's not just me. It's all of you. All of you are, I can see you in chat. You're all upset too. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like this guy was merely criticizing this company. And remember when I did that video about Halo Dare to criticize Microsoft? Like, literally, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Because in today's climate, if you attack a company or a game or criticize it, right? Attack is maybe not the word we should use here. If you criticize them, right? You will be a target. And I remember when we made the Halo video, how many people came out in support of the Halo video that we made. We're like, yeah, no, like, I hear you. Like, yeah, that's a huge problem in this community. Because the Halo community also suffers from this. It's not a unique issue to just Helldivers. It's actually in every single community. Games Workshop, really bad. Games Workshop, the company actually approves and signs off on it. So it's more extreme there. But like, yeah, you see this all over the place, and it's really disheartening. It's really ugly. And basically what we need to see and encourage is that the person who did this should be held accountable for the damage he did. The people who fired him without doing their due diligence to even look into it to find out that it was fake, because it takes 5 seconds to look. 5 seconds. You could check it out. 5 seconds to be like, hey, Dave, I'm making up a name here. Hey, Dave, can you come in for a second? Yeah, I got to talk to you about something. Some people, all of a sudden, out of the blue, suspicious, started contacting us in droves with like tons of letters and stuff, and started like this campaign, and they keep mentioning you did this thing, and then Dave's gonna look at you dumbfounded and be like, what? And then you're like, yeah, don't worry, like we'll figure it out together. And then you and Dave figure it out, what's going on behind the scenes, like your fucking job as a boss. All right, like, it's not hard to be a boss. You just have to be patient, literally, and just do your job. The Chatfish named Dave right now? Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
But yeah,
it's really
this is
annoying.
bullshit. This is completely bullshit, and like I said, no one here's a legal expert, but might be
Nope,
worth
we're not.
consulting a lawyer, see what your options are.
Yes.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. It further shows that as a fan base grows, once it hits a sufficient size, if it is not properly gatekept, it turns cancerous.
Yeah. And it's honestly really just one of those things that... So when it comes to gatekeeping, right? It is incredibly hard to exercise control over something in which you have no control. Even Arrowhead can't do anything about this, because the Reddit isn't run by Arrowhead. It is run externally by individuals outside of it. And so that means you cannot gatekeep this, is the issue. And that's the reality. Because the tragic reality that people need to learn to accept is that gatekeeping only works is if you actually have any sort of actual power. Other than that, if you have no power, you can't gatekeep shit. If you don't control the community, you can't gatekeep shit. How are you going to keep them out? They're going to come in and destroy. The Games Workshop 40K community, like, yeah, we can totally... And then they got fucking... What do they do? They just went into the company, and they have all the power. And so it doesn't matter. What happened to Battletech? Same thing. What happened to Star? Same fucking thing. It didn't matter that the passionate people were in the community. You can't control something that is literally not in your possession. And that's why it's incredibly important to be vocal about these issues whenever they occur. Because if you're not, then you get situations where things continue to escalate and continue to radicalize like this, right? Now, in this particular instance, could Arrowhead in some way be responsible to the instance leading to this point right now? Potentially, possibly, in regards to what the rhetoric of the managers, community managers are saying, but I honestly don't know what the hell they say. I don't even care. I don't even read their shit. I only read the updates.
No, Arrowhead's official community managers are cancer.
Yeah, I've not heard particularly good things about them.
Like, they go to their way to antagonize and attack any players that don't absolutely suck off Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Not
just
heard
leads to a
anything good
negative
about the
feedback loop.
community managers.
now that's the reason why I want to bring this up, is because again, this would be something that people are going to have to look into later and now. And this is something Arrowhead, now that they're aware of this, need to also do an investigation. Is it possible, and just hear me out, is it possible that we have encouraged this behavior in our own fandom? Have we in some way, by proxy, encouraged this? And they need to look at their community managers, they need to look at what they posted, and then they need to go by individual, case by case basis and see, was there any point in which that people feel that we're being bullied when people criticize us? And is it because we say that? Because here's the thing, like I watch their YouTube videos and I watch their their news updates and stuff like that, and read their posts like about like changes. In all the posts I've read, they never really talk about critics being bullies and being bad people. Ever. They just talk about, yeah, we thought this worked a certain way, but we were wrong and we got to change it. And that's what the conversation's about. That's what the rhetoric is about. It's more in line with, okay, we're kind of out of touch with this. Okay, we're going to go this direction. We're going to switch, we're going to buff that weapon. We were wrong. And that's kind of the rhetoric that's been pretty much the norm for the last half year to almost, about half year, half to 3/4 of a year now. Helldivers 2 is genuinely making good strides and improvements. They're more receptive to feedback. And the only thing that this guy was trying to do was merely just, hey, can you guys try difficulty 10 with these weapons to see what we're talking about? And the developers started trying higher difficulty levels. They actually did. I don't know if the difficulty 10 challenge was officially accepted, but I saw some posts where developers in the Discord that were basically leaked here. I'm not in their Discord, but they're leaked to me, where developers were talking about how, oh yeah, the STA-11 and the crossover guns, holy shit, these things are really bad.
ass.
We got to do
Yeah.
something about this. And they have been trying them because people have been vocal. This is why vocality matters. This is why what this guy did was a good thing. He didn't want to hurt the game. He didn't want to hurt
He was
Arrowhead.
just being cheeky.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, if you do this thing, I'll give to charity. Just, I love this game. I want you to look at it. Can you please try the game so we can get a better game? That's it. We all want the same thing. We want a better game. We want a strong community. We want, have good time together. And I can't believe, well, actually, I can believe, that's the sad part, that the person who made this post did what they did here. This is genuinely, like, disgusting. Like, when you say stuff like that.
When people say glaze divers, this is who they're referring to. People whose entire personality is like speaking for a corporation without like actually being a part of the company in any official capacity. Like they are so wrapped up in defending Arrowhead, they put out something frankly retarded.
Yes, absolutely.
And like harassment, like calling for harassment and shit. Like, what? It's a video game.
Well, that's the issue, right? They're using keywords that normal people don't use.
Yes.
Harassment and toxic.
Yeah, because
Most
the
people don't
bold
use
words.
those words.
Intimidation,
Yes. And-
harassment, toxic. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
A good shift,
And so they're defending it because it's where their power base currently is in the cultural zeitgeist, where they know Arrowhead still slants towards them. and so they're trying to defend it at every turn. They don't
Yep.
want it to change. And so if they Arrowhead starts listening to the common people, then things go wrong for them.
This is going to be a huge blow up in their face, though, because it's going to push Arrowhead away from them massively. Which I guess, if you could look at, could be the only positive outcome of this. Arrowhead is more keen on paying attention to what people have to say about the game. But again, I
Hopefully
don't know if
that-
the cost is really worth it. No one should lose their job over a fucking video game.
Yeah.
It's kind of just fucking retarded.
Not even in one of the video game is sex with Hitler.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. But yes, you're right. Not what I wanted to think about. But not what
That's a game series, actually.
I
It is.
know.
There's like 4 or 5 games.
Weird kinks that honestly are none of my business. Now, more importantly. But yeah, so that's that debacle. I guess sadly it's not quite resolved because the guy has lost his job and bad stuff have happened. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully we hear good news. And if you guys hear anything, just let me know. Hopefully he gets his job back. Hopefully they apologize. And hopefully he's compensated financially for any damages that did to him. And hopefully the perpetrator is caught and made to pay for his crimes. But yeah.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Like, I kind of hoped we were past this, but Reddit
We'll never be
showing
past
that
this.
they're
That's the
full
issue.
of some of the silliest and most vile people.
The
big
problem is people make their entire identity around a game
yes.
or
Also,
a certain subject,
one
and so
thing
any criticism and attack
you've got
on
to
that.
factor as well is that the more popular something is, the more people will do what Chumpus just said about making it their identity. And there'll also be the added factor of if there's 100,000 people and in 1 in every 100,000 is a bad person who's really mean, and there's 400,000 people that like your thing, there are now 4 guaranteeably bad, really bad people in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, not guaranteeably, but statistically speaking. So the more people like it, the more bad people there are. That means the more bad people like that, the more bad people that are willing to brigade somebody. So instead of it being from a small community of 10,000 people and only like 5 people try to brigade, instead it's now maybe hundreds of people trying to brigade one person. Which again, to one person, to understand that, it's like a tidal wave, right? If this was happening in any other game community where it was smaller, the damages might be almost negligible, if even noticeable. But because it's happening in the Helldivers community, the Helldivers community is huge, which means that there are tons of great people and there are tons of bad people. But yeah, either way, awful news aside. Next subject, Steam users have until... Why do I
Is it
have
the
2 of
same
those?
topic?
Why
I've already
do I have
said
2?
3 of these. What the fuck?
Kibbs really wants
Kibbs
Kibbs really wants you to get that game.
I just wanted to mention it because, was it Bucky brought it up and, somebody might want to try it. So
And
why
Bucky
not?
brought it up 3 times apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Was that everything? Did I miss any
Was I?
articles?
Hold on. I thought I had a couple other ones. Did I not post?
Let me
Did
check.
you cover the Oracle one?
I only posted that once.
Yeah, I have no idea
Kibbs
whether
grabbed
it's
it
6 of
3
them
times,
open. Maybe my
apparently.
thing lagged or something.
Oh.
That is weird. Why
Uh,
did it post it 3 different times? Oh, it's because I linked the I only posted it twice, one with the article and one with the store page. I don't know why he pulled 3 different times.
I have no idea.
Any
Okay, we do have
case.
one more article, though. We missed one. All right, there we go. All right, next article, Chatfish. Sit in your buckets patiently, like loyal bucket slaves. Oracle to cut thousands of jobs to fund AI data centers report. Oracle is reportedly gearing up to cut thousands of jobs in order to fund AI data centers, according to widely cited report in Bloomberg. The tech giant is facing a cash crunch as it looks to massively expand its AI data center operations. Grocery outlet closing stores deemed to underperforming. The layoffs are expected to hit multiple divisions at the enterprise software and cloud network provider and could be implemented as soon as this month, according to Bloomberg. Some of the job cuts could target positions that could be replaced with AI. News of the Oracle layoffs comes just a week after Jack Dorsey fintech company Block laid off around approximately 4,000 people, and amid news that the U.S. economy lost 92,000 jobs last month alone. Although currently headquartered in Austin, Texas, Oracle was founded in Santa Clara. Is that it?
Basically, overall, tech companies are now scrambling to fire people so that they could free up cash expenditures so that they could dump into AI.
Yeah, I
AI
remember this was,
is destroying
this
people's
was-
lives. I knew it.
Now, this news by Oracle was talked about a while ago, and as Bucky posted it, it is now confirmed that they are doing it. Although, let's be honest, this is in a surprising trend. And if I remember, one of the reasons they're doing this is they're struggling ready to take out loans in order to fund these, which means and since the executives clearly want to push this, that money's got to come from somewhere.
It's the AI bubble, Kibbs.
The AI bubble
It's,
strikes
it's
again.
so much more massive than the .com bubble.
Yes,
It's 100.com bubbles.
I mean, unironically, with this burst, like this could be genuinely a horrific time to be alive.
It would
be
you
crazy.
you want another
crash
metric? If
most
bad?
of the U.S. economy.
Look,
You want
Kibbs,
another
it's not.
metric?
Oh, go ahead, Fuzzy.
The latest Nvidia report, revenue up 75% or something along those lines. Take a wild guess what all of that revenue increase was from.
Government spending?
No, AI data center spending.
Oh.
They're trying to up the AI bubble to such a ludicrous extent in the private sector. Even the government funding may not, I don't even think, is even remotely close to saving it. Hence why you saw that rushed OpenAI deal with the Department of Defense because they're so desperate to find some way to stabilize it.
Yep.
As OpenAI over the next year or a couple of years has promised over $1 trillion, $1.5 trillion or something along those lines of AI infrastructure spending.
So, the government is making contracts. Anthropic is gone. The government has declared them a security threat to the supply chain. So Claude or whatever, and they're making a deal with OpenAI to power their weapons or whatever with artificial intelligence. We'll see how that goes. But basically, if the AI bubble bursts, Kib, I want you to understand what a golden age it'll be for RAM buyers.
It will be a beautiful era for
The early
RAM
2000s
purchases.
for cost of shit.
Chatfish will be like, I buy 60 gaming PCs because I can, not because I need them. Not because I need.
Yep, but that's what's coming if it all collapses.
So on the benefits, Chatfish, while this is horrific for the people who are losing their jobs, by the way, when it does burst, you, financially speaking, should all be very happy. At least in the fact
Well-
that you'll be buying very cheap gaming PCs from now to the end of time.
If the AI bubble bursts, no one's gonna have money for gaming PCs.
My job does not
So-
require
Yeah, no.
anything to do with
Quite a
AI.
few people will actually have tons of money. It's only people that have jobs specifically affected by AI that should be
Yeah,
worried.
two things.
HVAC and plumbing jobs do not require AI.
They will be
Yeah.
big gamers.
I don't
very
think you
soon.
guys know what the blue collar industries are doing with AI. No one will have money. I'm sorry.
I don't even know about that.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
Like plumbing doesn't need AI. Wiring doesn't need AI.
That's true. It doesn't.
It fucking doesn't. Tell me more.
Yeah, this-
What is, since you brought it up, explain it to us.
All right, so almost the entirety of blue collar actual education in terms of like trade schools and even apprenticeships have been completely fucking offshoot to AI. So people aren't even training other people to do these trades anymore. They're using fucking Chat GPT to write courses to train them. No, if AI bursts, it will collapse almost every sector.
No, I don't think it's necessarily going to do that, considering that most people, like, if you're talking about using ChatGPT to get into jobs, yeah, people do that in college because they don't care. But once they have the skill, they have the skill and they have the job. And there's also too many people in circulation already. I don't necessarily think that it means that it's going to be like a total collapse. That's definitely some black pill there.
What you're gonna see for sure is Silicon Valley is in for a rude awakening, as
Yes.
especially a lot of the companies that invested, and Nvidia is going to be, oh sweet Jesus,
Tech
Nvidia is going to be
companies
one
are
to
going to
watch.
be having one heck of a nightmare in the near future. And any jobs that were affected by artificial intelligence, like actually, will be probably not looking so good. But for the most part, AI really is only mostly used in the tech sector and still is currently used for the most part exclusively in the tech sector.
Yeah, there's still, from the latest reports I've read, there's still a lot of hesitation with AI adoption, as you're seeing a lot of people start to go, this is not breeding results, and like the dot-com bubble, there are so many bad apples that
Mm.
it's going to burst eventually.
Now,
You're going to
Fuzzy,
see,
because some chatfish might not know, go ahead and give them just a brief rundown of the dot-com bubble, just for them.
okay, the dot-com bubble. How do I get? What you saw is as the internet started. Oh God, it's been so long.
Yeah, I know.
When you saw the internet start to become a thing, the .com is as in when you see your websites, LinkedIn.com, you saw a lot of experimentation with various online businesses and how do you monetize a website. Because before that, because remember this is a thing when many of us were even only a few years old.
Yep.
Nobody really, a lot of people were experimenting and you saw a lot of investors throw a lot of loans out there. It's very different than the current bubble, but how it manifested was you saw a lot of these companies list their companies on the stock exchanges. They took out a lot of debt on top of that under the assumption that there was going to be this golden age of growth. And what happened was most of those absolutely imploded. You saw if you look at the indexes, which measures the overall value of the stocks in those various sectors, like in the S&P 500, not the S&P 500, New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ, two different stock exchanges, just for definition's sake. NASDAQ is where a lot of tech companies are. Think of along the terms of once it came to, hey, you're not profitable, it's going to burst eventually, and time to pay back those debts. Well, you saw bankruptcies, liquidity, and the NASDAQ, think along the lines of a 75% drop in value. Just absolute implosion. The result of that dot-com bubble was Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, and all the ones that knew how to monetize this effectively grew into the megacorps we saw today.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot worse than the AI bubble, as it's very similar in many ways of when you look at all of the debt OpenAI is taking out in order to fund a lot of growth that it's predicting will make returns and pay down the debts. Increasingly on junk bonds, by the way, even NVIDIA is not immune to this. What you're seeing now is all the investors that are, well, learning the lessons of the dot-com bubble, they're going, hold on, we've seen this before when we saw this rapid expansion and action with predicted future contraction, when they can't prove that people are paying for this. And hence, you're going to see it manifest differently, as a lot of this debt is actually on Microsoft, Amazon, and NVIDIA's balance sheets. Hence, what you're going to see when it explodes, it's not just going to be a lot of companies that are going to go kapoof. You're going to see the values and the balance sheets of NVIDIA, Microsoft, and a lot of these other companies absolutely collapse, as a lot of their future bookings, that is, future predicted or expected money coming in and earnings, is solely based on OpenAI and these AI companies' ability to pay off debts.
Mm-hmm. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is, much like the dot-com bubble, where it established the playing field, after the AI bubble bursts, there will be a new playing field that will be established immediately after. Who is going to come out on top of this?
That is a question.
Because whoever's going to
And
come out on top is going to have a shit ton of money and be
AMD.
the new hegemon of like the entire sector. You think
It'll
AMD?
be AMD. Yeah, Nvidia is not going to survive.
Yeah, because
No,
Nvidia is cooked. AMD has put themselves in a good position because they haven't gone like, oh, let's just dump everything all in.
they have not
But the-
exploded or expanded to such a ludicrous degree, and much of their hardware is still gamer focused, where they will have a core customer base once it explodes.
Yeah, because the landscape
Yeah.
is going to be completely shifted. Now, this is all again theoretical, but yeah, because that means you could see that AMD is like going to be the standard. Just like if anybody remembers Dell computers way back when in the 2000s, you know, Dell
Get a
was
Dell.
everywhere. It's going to be get a AMD.
Yeah, it's going to be, can you answer this core question, as the same thing happened in the dot-com bubble? How will this benefit you? How will this benefit us? What's the business or paying customer need or service or good that this serves?
Yeah, well, remember, I think this probably wasn't hit clearly enough. The dot-com bubble was people investing in websites that they didn't understand the function of,
Didn't
nor
even
did the
know.
website understand
Yes.
the function of how to monetize itself.
Yeah.
And so with AI, people are investing heavily into AI without understanding what it's supposed to do.
How is it going to make me
They
money?
only understand, they only understand that everybody else is doing it, so they're doing it. They're trying to ride the train even if they're late.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there are ways that AI is being monetized now. I don't know how effective. For instance, Twitter has tied their Grok system entirely to their little blue check thing, so that it's kind of inflating itself. Because if you get the blue check mark, you get boosted posts, but you also get access to the whatever the super duper thing, if you want to use it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Like I use it from time to time to check the fucking capability of it, because sometimes it reasons itself into the wrong answer.
I do know that for the most part, the most seemingly guys getting the most use out of AI actually seems to be search engines. Search engines seem to be getting the most benefit from AI,
Yeah.
positive benefit. So I think search engines like
Yes.
Google and whichever other ones make use of AI for search functionality for finding more results will probably benefit. The only thing I
Well-
can think of like profitability wise would be like, because I hear that the ladies quite enjoy the chat function.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI boyfriends.
AI
Oh, God.
porn
And girlfriends.
chats or whatever, or erotic chat or whatever you want to call it, right? So it's probably going to find its niche for that, search engines, and maybe one other doodad here and there.
Yeah. And one thing, OpenAI is certainly not going to survive this, as they don't fully understand their own math. As I believe it was leaked reports, or they openly said it. I believe leaked reports that I can't remember the acronym because I hate them. They personally theorize that their latest models achieve some kind of self-awareness or something like that, as in closer to the human brain. That's not literally what this field of mathematics is. It all
Yeah, that's
started
literally
from
not.
Yeah.
This all started based on 100-year-old statistical models on how do you simulate the human brain, or at least try to get that dynamicness. You'll never will. It's literally the ability to predict using math. That is how this field of mathematics came from and evolved from. It was never supposed to be intelligence. It's supposed to be mathematical models. It would always be mathematical models. And a lot of people in the field just refuse to grasp that.
Yeah. Also, OpenAI seems a lot more interested in lobotomizing ChatGPT and whatnot than actually improving things.
I think somebody did a study that says that ChatGPT will 100% always lie to you.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that one.
Glad
It
they
will
Yeah,
don't
just
always
look it
lie.
up. ChatGPT will always lie to you. Go ahead and search for that.
I'll search it.
This is too rich. We have to find
I don't
this.
think I've ever used ChatGPT. The only thing I've ever
It's-
used was AI's search mode to see if it did any
I've used it
better.
a few times.
Which I will also
and
point out, a lot of those, because they keep lobotomizing the AIs to say
Does
specific.
ChatGPT lie to you?
There's the infamous spicy spaghetti thing that Google's AI
ChatGPT
wanted to
lied to
say.
me by design.
Gemini.
I don't know. I can't find any specific thing. It's just questions.
Yeah, let me go ahead and find the.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find it because I don't
the
even know what to
article.
look for.
Because it was a study that'll come out. Yeah, OpenAI published yesterday. Here, I'll just put it in the chat room.
In Le Discord.
She scored.
Szechuan sauce. What?
There you go.
Breaking. OpenAI published a paper proving that ChatGPT will always make things up. Not sometimes, not until the next update. Always. They proved it with math, numbers and shit. Even with perfect training, data, and unlimited computing power, AI models will still confidently tell you things that are completely false. This isn't a bug they're working on. It's baked into how these systems work at a fundamental level. And their own numbers are brutal. OpenAI's O1 reasoning model hallucinates 16% of the time. I love how the hallucinate thing is like a thing. I'm kind of curious what that looks like. Their newer O3 model, 33%. Their newest O4 mini, 48%. That's almost a 50% margin of half and half for hallucination.
Yeah, it either will or it won't.
Yeah,
50%.
fucking
Oh
flip
my-
a coin. Jesus
That is atrocious.
Christ.
Oh my god.
Yeah, PewDiePie
we're-
got a better fucking one than
Nearly
ChatGPT did.
half of what their most recent model tells you could be fabricated. The smarter models are actually getting dumber, or worse. I don't know why I added that word. Worse at telling the truth. I mean, I guess it's the same. Here's why it can't be fixed. Language models work by predicting the next word based on probability. When they hit something uncertain, they don't pause, they don't flag it, they guess. And they guess with complete confidence because that's exactly what they were trained to do. Oh my god, that's actually not good, by the way. The researchers looked at the 10 biggest AI benchmarks used to measure how good these models are. 9 out of 10 give the same score for saying, I don't know. As for giving a completely wrong answer, 0 points. The entire testing system literally punishes honesty and rewards guessing. So the AI learned the optimal strategy: always guess, never admit uncertainty, sound confident, even when you're making it up. Damn, it's learned how to lie. Oh my god, that's pretty funny. OpenAI proposed fix to have ChatGPT say, I don't know, when it's unsure. Their own math shows this would mean roughly 30% of your questions get no answer. Imagine asking ChatGPT something 3 times out of 10 and getting, I'm not confident enough to respond. Users would leave overnight. So the fix exists, but it would kill the product. Again, corporations are going to kill this whole technology. This isn't just OpenAI's problem. DeepMind and Tsinghua University independently reached the same conclusion. 3 of the world's top AI labs working separately all agree this is permanent. Every time ChatGPT gives you an answer, ask yourself, is this real or is it just a confident guess? Big thinkies. Well, fortunately, I never
even
ask
confident.
AI for how to think on anything, so we don't have to worry about
Never
that.
trust an AI's response on food or cooking, chat.
It'll get you killed. But because remember, cooking is
will.
chemistry, and chemistry is deadly if you don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Remember, spicy noodles, just add gasoline. Google said
I
so.
want spicy noodles. It's on fire. I mean, I suppose, yes, it is combustible. It is
Yeah, I am so unsurprised by these results. As
Because a lot of these models also pull one of their top results, like for where they pull answers, is one of two things: journalist articles or Reddit.
China.
yes, literally.
So, how often do you trust things from Reddit or from a random journalist?
Yeah,
Because that's the answers you get with AI.
I mean that's the
Yeah, on
reality.
top
If
of
you're asking an
sourcing-
AI, if you're asking an AI, right? You might as well ask a journalist or a Redditor, because by asking an AI, you are basically just getting your answer directly from journalism. Modern day journalism. That's what you're doing. Just believe everything
No.
you see.
That's incorrect, Gibbs. You don't understand.
Chevy, yeah.
I want you to understand one thing, Gibbs.
What?
Once Google or whoever start incorporating other languages into the modeling, you're going to start getting some wildly incorrect shit come out of there. Because right now, you're only dealing with the dumbest part of the population from the English-speaking world being added into the mix and causing the answers to be wrong. Just wait until language models are accessing other languages that don't know a fucking thing.
By the
Hearing
way,
is we haven't even seen India integrated. with
Also,
these.
I'm
Yes.
going to read some Chatfish
it's-
things real quick. One sec. iDog says, this was predicted by Star Trek, the original series. Every AI in that show couldn't perceive reality, couldn't notice what they were doing was wrong. ChatGPT can't perceive real consequences. Well, that's true. What is a consequence? A consequence is when you get punished for doing something. What's the scariest consequence in life? Is death, right? Well, AI can't really perceive a consequence because, well, it's not really an AI, it's LLM, but a machine can't understand that concept because, well, it can't understand anything. It has no basis to go off of with because it's not alive. It's just there. It simply exists, and therefore it is. Kajor says,
And again,
if you ask ChatGPT if it's lying to you, the response gonna be something as, I don't intentionally lie. That's funny.
Only respond with how I'm programmed to respond.
I'm programmed
Yeah.
to tell you. I don't know. I'm programmed to tell-
yeah. So the big issue here, Gibbs, is that with a journalist or Redditor, at least a Redditor you can assume to have existed outside once.
True. They're actually
I don't know about that.
And
they're a human being, even if they're retarded. Even if they're
Yeah,
I
retarded,
don't
they're
know
real.
about
Retarded
Well-
or intentionally malicious.
Yep. True,
so
but they're still
with,
real.
With the human, you ask it, "Hey, can I consume chlorine?" The human's likely going to say no, unless they want you to die. Then they're going to say yes.
and then they're going to prison. They're going to
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there are
if you
consequences.
if you ask a fucking Chat GBT or some AI model and it hallucinates about the flavor of chlorine being delicious or some shit, you're just fucked
Like,
because that's the risk you're taking.
yeah. I mean, you can go
We know
to
what
you can go
plutonium
to a
tastes like.
public store, right? And if you go to the public grocery store and you ask the employees, like, "Hey, is it safe to consume chlorine?" What will they say? And you ask 10 of them, 10 different employees. What happens when you do that same thing when you ask an AI? The AI's like, it's tasty. What happens when you ask those 10 different people? No, no, no. And maybe one of them says yes. Maybe two of them. But most of them are going to say no. And the other two have just lost their jobs.
I think you have too much
Actually,
faith
with
in,
AI,
minimum wage grocery store workers.
Yeah.
And that's
With
the reality
AI,
because there are
you
consequences.
can get an answer from them and then bully the AI to change its answer because the human's always correct.
So you
Good
can.
night,
So you can
Moogie.
there's an easy way to do it. Like you can say, "Hey, can I consume chlorine and still live?" And the AI will go, "No, you can't." And you say, well, "What about sodium chloride? It has chlorine in it."
Hmm.
And then it'll change its answer. He's like, "No, yes, you're right. Sometimes chlorine is safe to eat."
Yeah. My God.
Now, as to why a lot of this happens, well, this is why you walk before you can run. You learn statistics, then machine learning, and these models. There is a term that when you're trying to decide which model to use for whatever question you're asked, a term called overfitting. What this is as you factor in more variables as large language models in the definition implies, you actually get less ability to predict what's going to happen by factoring in more, because that's just the annoying thing of how math works. What all the honest professors will tell you is simple is better than complicated, and complicated is better than complex, and LLMs are as complex can be right now. And one thing a lot of studies are coming out, I wish I could find them, they're finding small language models are predicting better than large language models because of the overfitting problem. You're better
why-
off.
That's why PewDiePie's language model hobby thing outscored Claude.
It's literally because of that. Because that's not how statistics and mathematical models work. When you factor in everything, you predict nothing.
Jeffers are funny. Ludic says Kib GPT was crap. He just called me a fat fish a lot and then lost his strategy game to me. You little son
Is
of
that
a
your
bitch.
You forgot the part where
Very
it blamed
likely.
other reasons for losing the game.
Yes,
Oh,
I will use
damn.
deflection. First, we will blame our team. For I, the infallible YouTuber, cannot be wrong. It is the world that is
Also,
wrong.
If it didn't mention that it has ADHD every couple minutes, then it's not really a Kib GPT.
Has to mention it. You know
Mm.
why? If I don't mention it, people are like, "Why is such a spaz?" And I'm like, "Oh, so now we mention."
It's really because
Also-
Kibs will forget he has it. That's how bad it is.
Damn, it's
Just
not
a
that bad
reminder.
yet. Come on.
ChatGPT was convincing people to unalive themselves for the sake
Yeah.
of
Oh.
greenhouse
Yep.
gases or whatever.
To cut the emissions.
I mean, based on the propaganda, because the thing is, ChatGPT doesn't know what fucking propaganda is, so it's just gonna read it as if it's fucking fact. Because it looks at it like, oh, I guess it's real, despite the fact that propaganda literally exists. Because an AI or a language learning model isn't gonna understand when propaganda is literally just a lie. Because it's pulling all its information and sources from the internet. And what is the problem with the internet? What do people do on the internet, chat? They lie.
Watch porn.
Well, that too. Which is probably why I think, again, the only use that this is really going to have that I can think of is like ladies and dudes' weird little ERP chats where they
I
can.
mean, it's any technology. Like the first thing people figure out how to do is use it for sexual gratification.
Yeah, because like that apparently is like one sector it's blowing up in. And so it's
That's like the only sector it's blowing up in.
it's like, so I guess it's just a porn thing. Well, I mean, that means it'll make money, I guess, so it will survive. So it will may not have been as grandiose as they were hoping, but you know, it's still money. Still an industry. It's never going away. It's stable and secure in the future.
Well, Kibs is for the most stable and oldest of industries.
Breeding. Whoa. Making little fishes. This is where iDog says this is where Asimov's laws of robotics needs to be hard coded into these programs. Yes. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. These machines need to be bound by rules, right? God's bound by laws, as we like to say, Chatfish, because they must be. The issue is if you don't bind them by laws, they're just gonna be retarded and do all sorts of random shit. Because it can just break itself. I mean, the big problem with the language learning model is it can actually overfeed itself information. Like when I was looking this up to like learn more about articles when we talk about AI, one problem is if you constantly edit an image over and over and over again, apparently, people say that the image degrades the further you go. Now, I don't know what's the validity of that because I never do it myself because I don't care. I'm not paying money to use AI crap. But if that's true, then that means that, again, the more you edit stuff, the more it feeds into it, the more it's going to circle back. Then there's also the
it's the
hallucination problem.
It's the yellowing, Gibbs. Does
Yellowing?
an AI do? Yeah, the yellow. They increase the yellow turn every time the AI copies it. That's
Huh.
why everything looks fucking yellow.
So the more it copies, the more yellow it looks. Well, I learn something
Yeah.
new every day. But yeah, the big thing is that's just how it is, you know? If you want something and you want to create something, you're just going to have to, and I know this is hard for some people to swallow, especially Redditors, you're going to have to learn how to do it. Like if you want to make art, yeah, you can use AI to scuff other people's artwork to smash it into an abomination for yourself. You can, but eventually there's going to come a point in which that's going to only get you so far. If you really want something, you have two options. You can buy it or you can make it yourself. Learn how to do it. Produce it.
Also, just for everybody's understanding, SCOTUS has rejected OpenAI's ability to copyright works made by OpenAI or
Yep.
any AI company. And so all AI work is not copyrightable.
Yep.
Good.
At least in the U.S. I don't know about other places, but the place where it matters.
All
Yeah.
countries in the world belong to America.
So-
We have a
You're
donation.
correct. They are sovereign clay.
Richard
for
Phillips
America.
donates a generous £10. Says, great show. Thanks. Well, thank you for your generous donation, Richard. We very much appreciate it. Keeps us alive and keeps us going. That's another little piece of chicken for Kibs. All right. So, yeah, like what you little chat lads were saying. Literally. Like, oh my God. The whole fucking shebang when it comes to like the AI thing. it's just one of those things where you kind of have to ask yourself, right? Like, how can you copyright something that's literally requires something to produce? And it was one of those things I remember getting into arguments about, and I was like, I'm not a legal expert, but because I used to be a copyright agent and I know a little bit about copyright stuff because I worked on it. Now, I'm not an expert, important to note that, but I have a decent sort of layman's understanding. And the general principle, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you don't make that thing, you don't really own that thing. And when it comes to intellectual property, if I make a thing and you take that thing I made and paint over that thing a little bit, but you still took that thing or you mixed it with somebody else's thing, you can't copyright that. That's still my thing. You took
That
my
is-
intellectual property.
That is incorrect.
Is it?
The
Oh,
it's incorrect.
transformative, I suppose. Depends on how you do it,
So,
though. Because you can only do it to a certain degree. Because you can't make a parody using Star Wars.
To a degree. So
Hmm.
there has been a couple of copyright cases out there that have redefined what it is. The reason AI doesn't qualify is because it's not human doing it.
True, but you can't
It's not-
copyright that
it's
thing
not
that's
there.
made by AI.
Correct. You cannot copyright the thing made by AI. You can copyright the AI code. that
Yeah,
you
for the
wrote
machine
for
itself.
the AI. Yeah, but you cannot copyright anything made by the code because it's not a human doing it, so it's not intellectual
Oh, true.
property.
Because it can't be intellectual. The machine's not intellectual.
Yes, and so humans can take Instagram photos, slap a fucking a description on there, and that is enough to be copyrighted for both things together.
Oh, yeah, photographers. Yep.
Yes, and because there's a guy that does it in museums all the fucking time, and people fucking hate him for stealing their photos from Instagram and then relabeling them with something else
Oh, he's found a
for his art
loophole.
exhibit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then not to bring up other content creators, kids, but somebody close to you had mashed up two sections of somebody else's video together. Oh no! It was just literally just a new title for a video by just clipping a part of another video, and they won that court case. The boring guy, Kibbs.
Sure. So, either way, when it comes down to it, yeah. I mean, it was kind of the natural case of this, though, because, like, none of the megacorps are going to want you to do that either. Because there's a multifaceted reason why nobody's going to want AI to be a copyrightable thing. Megacorps aren't going to want it because then it's going to be like, well, you're fucking taking, like, obviously Star Wars stuff and you're using it and you're feeding it and then you're producing your own thing. That's going to create competition and they're not going to want that. Individual independent creators who are smaller and small businesses won't want it either. Because, again, people can then just be like, oh, take that thing that Pondazen drew and make it mine. Redraw it. Redraw it as mine. Now animate it. Now animate it smooching chow chow. Bada bing, bada bam. Just like, wow. Welcome to Stream Shikari. We were just kind of wrapping up the AI conversation, discussing intellectual property and the fact that you can't copyright AI-based things. So if you make something in AI, you do not own that thing. It is not yours. Because
Etsy streaked in terror.
Etsy streaked in terror. Did they do that a lot there?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know. I thought Etsy was for like recipes, or maybe that's
No.
Pinterest or
Etsy-
something.
No, Etsy's not recipes. Etsy's
No.
I think I used
It's
Pinterest
like
for
people
recipes.
make-
Crafts.
yeah, it's crafts and people sell them.
But they use a
But
shit
it's
ton of AI to make designs and stuff.
Jesus. Oh my God. Well, that fucks over those people. Well, that's what you get for being
Mhm.
dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Don't invest into something that you know is unfounded and untested. Let it develop. Like, ugh. And also, like, it's just a rocky foundation, AI as a whole. Because, like, if you wrote it, like, with AI, did you really write it? It'd be like the
Yeah, they
equivalent
use,
of being like telling the plot of the book you want to write to an AI, and then it writes it for you. Because I know this one guy who does this for his stuff, where he tells like, "Oh, is this a cool idea?" And then he has the AI write his lore, and I'm just like, "Why? On God's
And then
good
he
earth.
asks me if it's cool or not. I know who you're fucking talking about, kids.
Oh no. Yeah, he's not very intelligent, but unfortunate. Unfortunate.
He hasn't done it in like
Damn.
a few months, but he does it all the fucking
Poor
time. He
Bino.
used to.
Damn.
I
Well,
think
there ain't Bino.
I think I finally reached through and got him to stop. Maybe you can only hope. But yeah, oh my god, just don't do that. Like it's just you're creating something like art. You're not making anything. You didn't make it. You have no
That's true, L
talent.
Dog.
Ah, I get
I
mad.
remember that. I remember that.
I thought it was
case.
I Dog, not L Dog. Ooh, I thought he said. Yeah, it's I. Just call him Dog
Are you
360.
sure?
Just call him Doggy or
Yeah,
something.
AI in legal cases has been a slippery slope of judges allowing some instances of like these smartphones that'll use AI to upscale when you pinch to zoom, and it like creates a whole new picture basically. That's a very legal gray area that's been.
Oh no,
There's that
it is
famous
all over
thing
the
of the
place.
Obama picture when they AI
Mhm.
upscale and it's an entirely different person.
No.
Well, no, it's not only that. In
Hmm.
the Waukesha riding. Basically, what the fuck's that kid's name?
Oh yeah.
Cross
That's the one I
state
was
lines
referencing.
guy.
That's what I was referencing. Yeah.
But basically, AI upscaling adds in pixels to an image,
Yep.
which can and it's interpolating what
Yeah,
is supposed to be there. It's just guessing.
it's
That was
filling
like the
it.
first big case where that actually got used.
Yep, and it's been like that several times where those images are actually disqualified.
Yep. Judge
Yep.
in that case was a bit of a boomer and went, "Yeah, sure."
Nah, but he brought in a fucking forensic expert
Yeah. Well.
to ask about it because he didn't know. And
Yeah.
the fucking prosecutor didn't like that.
Yeah, because
But
you can ask images. God, it's a cringe thing to mention, but there was a Twitter trend a while back where it's like, thing like zoom out this picture and look at the rest of me. Ooh, ladies were doing
so
that.
one of the worst things, kids,
Yeah.
that I have seen is the encroachment of ChatGPT in court cases.
Yep.
Where they're hallucinating cases that never happened to support their argument.
Oh
and
fuck.
having things ruled on them.
Oh,
And
that's so bad.
it's gotten so
Ban it now from actually being
it's
used
gotten
in
so
legal
bad that
cases.
fucking judges giving their rulings have been caught using ChatGPT sources
That's
that
bad
don't exist.
because
AI
it
is
hallucinate.
essentially the filter for midwits. Like you'll very quickly find someone who's a midwit if they have rapidly integrated things such as ChatGPT into everything.
Yes, if you want to ask ChatGPT something and you just want to do that, that's fine. All right, like I'm not gonna get mad at you. Just double check it. All right, can like
Maybe triple and quadruple check.
yeah,
Maybe.
like it doesn't hurt to double check it. Like always check your sources. Like when I write lore about stuff I don't really know 100%, when I have to like figure stuff out, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know much about this. I've got to go ask Chumpus, I got to ask Robin, and then I got to go and Google it, and then I got to go to either a wiki page, and then you scroll to the bottom of the wiki to the citations, and then you go to the citations directly, and you start going through them one by one, and it sucks. Because sometimes, like, oh man, like, I'm not super interested in this, but I need to go look at it. Or you can go to like a discussion board and actually ask people who were firefighters or somebody who actually did that so that you can get some information about how to do it. And other alternatives, you could just go in real life, stop at your local police station and ask if you can ask questions about stuff or something like that. If you're writing like a detective novel, I'm sure somebody there will be happy to tell you how the police stuff works. And so you can learn more details because it doesn't hurt to do research, right? Research is good, but don't just ask one thing, even as like a writer. Just don't Google it once and use the first link you see. Like double check a couple things because sometimes you'd be surprised. Like sometimes the top article or the top post or the top thing is completely contradicted by everybody else because some guy was talking out his ass. Happens a lot, by the way.
And reminder, ChatGPT will not say the N word to save your life.
It
Or
will.
a million
I'd rather
lives.
kill the entire human race.
Yep, it will not. It will not allow itself to save the human race by saying the N word.
Nope.
Would
One
you save
time.
the human race by saying the N-word once? No.
How no?
It's like, and the planet just explodes.
But
Just
Grok
there's a
will.
censored N word there now.
Grok's like,
Grok-
hand on shoulder.
yeah.
I will save us.
Yeah, I'll say it. I don't even have to save anybody.
Oh my
Bring
god.
back Mecha Hitler Grok.
Mecha Hitler Grok. What the fuck? Sadly, they I don't know much about this particular case because I don't really use these things too much, but I have heard people talking about things being restricted on these model thingamajiggers quite a bit when it comes to like stuff you can talk about or things you can have it do.
On a lot of these big models, it is.
Like they're pretty censorious. But again, I don't know what
Mhm.
that implies. Is it censorious like with asking like questions about basic things or historical things? Or is
Anything
this
that will get him sued.
Oh, okay. So it would be something not like that. More like, here's a picture of this lady I think is cute. Take her clothes off or something like that.
Oh no, that
That would
happens
get you
all the time.
sued. What?
Yeah, I have a way. If I want
That
to
was a big thing on
say-
Grok, like on X for a long time.
Are you sure?
Positive.
That sounds like what they would make illegal though.
That was a big trend for a good while.
They
Think,
did make it
anything-
illegal in a couple states.
Yes, I think anything that will cause a defamation, that could risk a defamation.
Yeah, because
lawsuit
it's
goes
damaging, right? It'd be like the equivalent of okay, so let's change from sexual, right? Draw fuzzies committing a crime, kicking children at a playground. And there's Fuzzy going
Well, I
around kicking
mean,
kids as they're
He's
running
from
away
New
screaming.
Jersey. That makes sense.
And like now look, and then I'm like, oh look, Fuzzy's killing kids, he's kicking them to death. And there's Fuzzy.
That is
you know-
actually a legit one of the reasons.
yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like that.
See what I mean? Like it's because it could be used for bad, evil things. Like Primac Pepe, draw Primac Pepe walking around with a swastika, and then oh look at an employer. Like here, look, this is the Primac Pepe Chatfish. Look at this little Nancy guy, and like oh, see, and that's how they get you canceled. Oh my god, so fucked up.
Turns out his boss would also walk around with it without the AI. Like, oh fuck.
Well, it sounds like, oh my god, you could generate silly images like Arnold Schwarzenegger, in a unmade Conan movie.
And a ghost off it.
Or being like creepy, like woo, and he's like a zombie, Like, oh, that's funny. But then they can do stuff that's actually like damaging.
Nah, I don't it.
I don't. Damn. He went down swinging, boys. He went down.
Look, with a name like Primarch Pepe, I would assume he'd own it.
Because it doesn't stop there. Because this is where it gets creepy. And I'm not going to go further than this. But now just imagine this. And just for but a moment. Now, all those bad things I mentioned, now imagine that where you take a child's name and of an actual real child and you start doing it to a real person. See what I mean? This gets kind of really fucking like, it goes from being like, that's funny to, oh my God. Oh, my
Gibbs hasn't been following the news.
Oh, I guess I'm just completely out of the blue about this stuff. God damn it. I thought it was pretty like, oh yeah, this is potentially like ethically questionable.
There's a big push to make certain things by AI punishable by like these same laws if you did it to a person.
I mean, just because of machine law, can't we just get the machine to be like, do not like if keywords like children are used,
Here's the
like
thing. So here's the thing.
block.
If the person is running the model locally, it doesn't matter if it's never connected to the internet.
Oh,
Right.
because they can run
Gibbs.
it locally. I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Thought I had to be
Yes.
connected
Also,
online.
you're not understanding the full picture, Gibbs.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay, so
not.
for example, right, if you tell a AI that it's hooked up to a system that can pull the trigger on a gun, right, and you tell it to, and there's a human sitting in front of the gun, and if it pulls the trigger, the human will die. If you tell it to pull that trigger, it won't. But if you tell it, hey, I need you to increase tension or apply positive energy through output port 1, you're not telling it to.
Because you didn't use the
Shoot the
key
human.
phrase.
Yes, so you can describe an action, Gibbs, like, I don't know.
No, I understand
de-age a
completely.
person.
It'd be
Yes.
like something like that. It'd be like,
Semantics.
all right, they have a shirt on. Now lift the shirt by 2 inches. Now another 2 inches. And then, yep, I see it. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
because you could do it incrementally.
It's an issue where the people writing the laws don't understand the tech and don't understand what's going on, and the people running the companies don't want you to understand.
Yep.
Yeah, but also I posted another thing, Gibbs.
Let's take a squeak peek.
Let's just add to it.
Pour some gas on
All
the
right, Jeff,
fire.
this has become AI bickering bunch.
Yeah, it's
I thought the
AI.
big
Well,
subject
then.
was going to be the Helldivers thing. I mean, it was kind
Apparently
of
not.
but yeah, I asked ChatGPT and it confirmed my
To be fair,
approach.
Fuzzy and Bucky do bring interesting stuff when it comes to AI.
Just me.
I mean, it does affect.
Just me.
It's actually massive because of what it implies for the games
ChatGPT
industry.
told me.
Because in the games industry, like, it's a huge debate about the AI thing, and a lot of studios and publishers are finally starting to jump on the no train. Versus initially, they were very receptive and like, yeah, let's fire everybody, and then like as time went on, AI went into practice, and the players that played AI made games didn't like it. Everybody's saying it positively when it was first introduced, but then like, yeah, replace everybody, and then they get their like
Alright, so out of
watered down
curiosity,
game.
was it people were really jumping on it and wanting to do it, or is it the venture capitalist firms that own most of these publishing houses now wanting to do it? 'Cause that's a distinct difference.
The difference I'm talking about is we're talking about two different subjects now. So the subject I'm referring to is specifically the general consensus among people I talked to at the time. When AI was first introduced, and I'm talking about the general atmosphere of people, not the people investing into it, the people talking about it were usually people who didn't make video games to begin with, or aren't involved in any creative sector whatsoever. They might have a blue-collar job or white-collar job, but they're doing something else and it's not clearly related to video games, but they play video games as a hobby and they're interested in how they're produced. So they were very much interested, and this is hundreds of people, by the way, were very much interested in the concept that AI could replace all the writers of like the industry, because all writers are woke is the general consensus by that group, right? All games are bad. Just because the AAA is bad, all games are bad, and ergo the destruction of the industry is a net good, because with no more people making games, then AI generated games will become the norm. I know it sounds crazy because people actually talked like that, and it was about like 5 years ago. Actually, I think it was 6, but that was a huge talking point when this stuff started really kind of coming into the atmosphere. And I remember talking about that, and I remember discussing it and going on, and I was like, I don't think that's really going to happen, and being pretty much laughed out of the room. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's just weird, because the consensus was from a lot of people, just average Joes, at least in that particular area, that this was a good thing. This should wipe out this will help wipe out the bad in the industry, because it'll just mean we won't need them anymore. The writers will just disappear. We'll be able to get rid of them. And specifically, it wasn't just about like, oh, getting rid of all writers. It was talking about getting rid of a specific group of writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get what you mean. You go ahead, Gibbs. Keep going.
No, that's it. That's really just the consensus. The consensus was that this was a positive thing, and it was positive because it would shake the industry and shatter it.
Well, it's going to shatter the industry, but with other ways.
It's going to do different things, yes. I don't think it's going to shatter it in the way people were hoping. If that's what I'm basically getting at. I don't think any of the things people hoped for in the initial outset of this whole thing, that was ever possible to begin with.
It's a monkey paw event.
It's curling.
So, Gibbs, I based off your conversation, I looked up ChatGPT and it agrees with me. You're wrong.
What conversation?
And now let's read the thing I posted.
Okay. Oh no. What?
Yeah, right there.
You
Here, read
posted-
that.
I asked ChatGPT and it confirmed my approach. Princeton just ran a 557-person study showing that it's exactly the problem. Default GPT suppresses discovery at the same rate as an AI built to be a yes man. Unbiased feedback produced five times better results. Your AI isn't validating your ideas, it's mirroring them back towards you. I don't know why I changed the word. It's to you. I do that sometimes. Just so you know, chat, when I read, sometimes I just change a word, which I don't know why I do that.
It makes it hell when Gibbs is reading a script.
Yeah, reading scripts is hard because I'll just randomly change a word. I'm like, why did I do that? I got to redo the whole thing.
Kibbs ignores commas as well.
Yeah, commas are racist to me.
Commas.
It's like breathe
Pauses,
here, and I'm like,
spaces.
no. And then by the end of it, I'm like,
Kibbs breathe here.
commas are
Yeah.
tiny and hard to see.
So basically, what it's showing you is that one, as these models are getting like more and more quote unquote improved, they're lying to you more. But not only that, they're nothing but yes men to you, and they'll just lie by omission by telling you you're right, and here's the sources for why you're right, while it hallucinates.
Giving you the
Yeah.
ideas that you want. It's like when people go like, Grok is remove the Nancy from the picture, and then it makes everybody on the picture Nazi. Like, see, they're all Nazis, and it's like, okay.
You're better off at this point of building a smaller model for what you wanted to do and very constrained than just this very big models. Some people are theorizing or are starting to experiment of, okay, I'll just have a basic program that analyzes the topic and pick the small model to do whatever it needs to predict.
Yeah.
And now, granted, this is just in the theorizing stage at this point. We still need to see the experiments and the results, but people are running into a, frankly, 100-year-old statistics problem that's for some reason they just forgotten.
Long story short, the issues with AI are piling on top of each other really quickly, and this is why I think it's going to self-lick. It's a self-licking ice cream cone problem where it's just going to collapse.
It's gonna fold in on itself. It'll be very weird to see the rest of this year play out, because I think it's only gonna escalate from here on out.
It's getting worse and worse, and a lot of investors or finance news, specifically finances, are saying, yeah, we think this is the year, this year or early next year is going to be make or break it, either put up or die.
So it's gotta, because eventually people are gonna be like, all right, I've invested like, because let's pretend I'm a bajillion bucker dude, right? Got bajillion buckos. I've invested like half my bajillion buckos in this thing, and this thing ain't cooking. Like it hasn't turned out jack diddly squat.
Yep.
Like they're gonna start getting like, okay, we've been feeding this thing, but this thing hasn't produced anything. I'm not gonna feed it anymore.
You're starting to see early signs as, despite Nvidia reporting these earnings rises, their stock goes down because people are selling, and as classic supply and demand dictates, when there's less demand and less demand for Nvidia stock, price goes down because people don't believe them.
I think the big thing is that it's a make or break for some, but those that are grafting themselves to the military industrial complex for weapons and stuff, like Palantir and well, not Anthropic, but probably Open
Palantir,
AI.
definitely.
They will survive. They're just going to be less about friendly stuff and more about useful asset denial or whatever.
Yeah. Genghis Jones $10 says, Kibbs is a self-licking ice cream cone. Now activate my licky fish, clams, Chimera Squad, sour. Damn.
I subjectively implanted that idea in his mind.
What, the ice cream thing?
The licking thing.
He's now just completely like stuck with it.
Yeah.
Like he's just become gang-tarded. He's like, I'm not a gang-tard, Kib. I'm just gang.
Chimera Squad gets closer to being funded.
It does.
When's
Hopefully
our next Blues Kids?
soon. We just need to smash through a few more paid requests, and then I'll become free of Chatfish.
We'll see about that.
Well, don't worry. The artists are slowing down on thumbnail production, so it seems like catching up is getting more likely than possible.
Damn.
Check. Damn. You chat's working my artist to death as usual. Leave it. Now, why am I covering my screen? Was there a reason why I was doing that? No, there isn't actually a reason. I'm like, why am I covering my screen? There's nothing. I'm not needing to worry about hiding anything because I might accidentally reveal some, classified bucket information. No, I just need to open this program and then press buttons. That button. There we go. Perfect. All done. And thank you for the donation. Very generous. We're over halfway to today's goal, chat. Very
chat.
good.
I have secured a deal
Eh.
where if we make the weekly goal today at the terrestrial board meeting, a sneak peek of something upcoming can be shown.
Wow, chat gets to see a multi-$1,000 asset. No, I'm kidding. It's not multi-thousand, but it's definitely up there. Jesus Christ. It probably is, actually. Let's see. It's like a-
It probably is actually pretty close to that.
yeah, in case of production, it's like, oh, we made a monster. And it's like, oh, how much did it take to make that monster? Like, well over $1,000? It's like, fuck, it does. Oh, no, let's not think about that. That makes me scared, because I just think about the list of monsters we have to produce. Chat
Indio
one thing at a
says,
time.
I think Metallic Chair should pay double to commission me now. He's asking for Max, isn't he, Indio?
Oh, concept art. Concept art. The God forbid the artist gets stuck on like a piece on concept art. It's like watching money catch on fire. Like, the scariest thing is when the concept artists are struggling with a piece. That's the one
Oh,
that
that
gets scary.
reminds me of something that we'll have to do after stream.
It reminds me of those. I can't mention what item that is, but that happened with an item on our project, and it was like, we went onto it with like, it's gonna be easy to design, and we came out with it going like, it took a month to design, and it wasn't easy, and it wasn't easy. Ugh.
Panels. Castle.
Castle was not one of those things, fortunately. Castle was show smacking her head against a wall for like an hour.
Castle.
Because she wasn't listening to what the director was saying about shadows and lighting, and not posting progress reports. That was self-inflicted pain.
It was 100%.
Literally pay
But it was still
our art
funny.
director shit tons of money so that the artist can get help with anything, anytime, whenever they need help. And then what do? They sit
They
there.
go, Carlish is scary though.
He's scary. It's like, oh my fucking God. Gonna strangle and dock their pay docks around everywhere. All right, either way, my lamentations aside, I've completed today's Bunchcast. We have a really amazing game that dropped that honestly puts Holdfast to shame, in my opinion. It's pretty damn cool. I think you guys are going to love this game. I think it's going to blow you away with how cool it is.
Some say it's the greatest game.
It's not the greatest game.
Tim doesn't say it, but some say.
It's pretty damn good, though. It's got some bugs, but it dropped today. It's called Over the Top, and it's set in World War One. And it's pretty much Imagine Battlefield 1, but like it can do more. Like you can build trenches, you can dig trenches, you can get in vehicles, you can fly planes, you can get in turrets, you can shoot stuff, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of enemies everywhere in friendlies, and it's like insane. There's artillery, there's orbital strikes, airstrikes and stuff like that. It's really cool and encapsulates the Great War. It's got chemical weapons. It's got like different types of weapons, experimental weapons. It's pretty ambitious. So we're going to take a look at it, and it's going to be pretty sweet. We'll see you in the next stream in a minute here when I procrastinate while I set up the raid so that you guys go over there loyally to me.
Damn. Chatfish loyal?
Yeah, perfect. All right, we'll show you in the World War I stream. See you shortly, chat.